The girl simply unscrewed the gourd, but she was nearly sucked right into it. Fortunately, someone managed to put the lid back on just in time. Meanwhile, a group of ballet dancers were performing when suddenly one of the girls completely lost control and rushed straight into the street. There was a loud crash as the girl collapsed in a pool of blood, yet her legs kept dancing uncontrollably. When Lisa went to visit the injured girl, she made a shocking discovery. The girl in the video clearly had black hair, but now she had sprouted several streaks of white. It seemed like something was draining her life force, causing her to age rapidly. When Victor arrived at the ballet theater, the understudy Leah was rehearsing. Suddenly, she began spinning faster and faster until her ballet shoes actually caught fire. Victor realized this was a curse and quickly yanked down the curtain to save her. Even after the shoes were removed, they continued dancing frantically as if they were alive. Logically, such a supernatural incident should have canceled the performance, but the director Anna refused to call it off. She insisted this was her farewell performance and that no one could stop her. Left with no choice, Victor examined the ballet shoes under a microscope and found them covered in blue magical particles. So, the problem wasn't the shoes, it was the rosin box used to prevent slipping. Someone had cursed the rosin. Using the magical map from the library to trace its source, they discovered the rosin came from an ancient tree that made people dance uncontrollably. But the dancing tree should only energize people, not drain their life force. Victor's expression darkened. Throughout history, only witches possessed this kind of magic. So Victor went to the theater alone to investigate, requesting the staff roster to identify the witch. In one photograph, he saw a young Anna who looked exactly like Leah. The truth was revealed. Anna was Leah. She was a witch who would stop at nothing to stay young. Each performance was her ritual, and through the audience's applause, she could absorb the life force of everyone present. Victor smiled coldly as he brought numerous magical items from the library. He was now invisible, but the next second, an electric shock sent him crashing to the ground. The witch stood over him with a stun gun, grinning maliciously. With Victor down, their last hope rested with Lisa and the others. They discovered in ancient texts that disrupting the performance would stop the witch's ritual, but the portal was jammed and couldn't be used, and there was only one bicycle in the library. It could only carry one person. Meanwhile, the theater performance had already begun. Anna used magic to control all the dancers. This show was her solo act. Due to the magical well's power leak, this ritual was significantly amplified. It would no longer steal just a year or two of life, but the audience's entire life force. At the same time, Victor regained consciousness through magic, and Charlie was thrown out of the theater and reunited with Lisa. The three split up. Charlie knocked out a dancer and took his place on stage, while Lisa and Green caused chaos backstage. The stage descended into pandemonium, and the audience began booing. But Anna, being a ballet master, controlled the other dancers and managed to transform the chaotic performance into a perfect show. Charlie, who had come to disrupt things, was forcibly turned into the lead character. As the music ended, the audience rose to their feet in applause. But then Victor's voice rang out from the conductor's podium. He had used a magical item to transform into the conductor and deliberately slowed the performance by a few seconds. When the audience applauded, Anna's ritual had already ended, so she absorbed nothing. Without the life force replenishment, Anna instantly crumbled to dust and vanished from the world. Victor cleverly packaged everything that had happened as part of the performance, once again earning thunderous applause from the entire audience. But as he was leaving, Victor had one lingering question. What's a stun gun?